It's your favorite host doing the most. And you know I love the boast. This Mo Williams tuning in and hold on, wait. Before we get this episode started, before we jump into the intro, I would like to say shout out to my boy Thomas who was on the last episode. Episode did well. But we are pushing part two of that episode to next week. And I am introducing another episode this week. I've been going back and forth on the name, but it's featuring two girls I went to high school with, two women, excuse me, and they're launching their podcast called ft.FattyCakes. So big shout out to them. They're launching it next month. I'm gonna leave a lot of details in the description. So if you support me, I hope you guys go out and support them as well. Thank you everybody who's been tuning in. Shout out to all the subscribers. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment so we can keep this podcast going up and up and up. I just want to gain on influence, but I do appreciate every single body who participates, every single body who tune in. I'm definitely grateful for everybody who already liked the episode, but I think we're gonna call this Starting Things Part 2. And the reason why we're gonna do that is because you kind of see me reflect back to when I first started on my podcast. So, and they're doing a couple things like me, like even the time is coming out. I think it's February 8th at 11:11. And that's dope to me because you know we very spiritual and we love the numbers on Giveable Podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I might leave a couple links or something to their Instagram in the description. I'm gonna try to get all that for you so you can definitely subscribe, follow them. Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to Thomas for being. We working on something special for this episode. I want to put together some highlights. So that's the only reason why we pushing his part 2 back and we're jumping into a new episode. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is Give 'em More Podcast. Also happy birthday to my boy Self.
Even if you doing just fine, give 'em more. Young guy, this is your time. Give 'em more.
Host doing the most, and you know I love the boast. It's Mo Williams tuning in, but hold on, wait. We got two special guests in the building right now. But y'all know I don't introduce people, so two special guests. Whichever one of y'all want to go first, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Well, hello, people. I am Benicia, but when it comes to the Fatty Cakes podcast, I am Fatty. We are here today, this evening, to talk about our new podcast. I'm not going to get into full detail right now without my co-host, Miss Whitney.
Hey y'all. So I'm Shauna, the cakes from the Fatty Cakes podcast. And we can't wait to jump in. So let's get into it.
So Fatty Cake. So what's the inspiration behind starting the podcast in 2021? What made y'all two ladies wanna, do this?
I know we're gonna sound redundant, but it is what it is. I think first off, like a lot of it was fate because how it just happened like on a random day, unexpectedly.
Yes.
Like unexpectedly. I'm like, okay. But me personally, I've been wanting to share my story for a long time now, and I've been thinking about it for years. I just didn't know how I wanted to do it. So I've been manifesting it and sleeping on it and praying on it. And then when this opportunity came on this random day, I'm like, this is the way that I'm supposed to tell my story. This is the way that I'm supposed to preach.
Let me stop you right there. So you said manifesting, right? Manifesting.
Yes, manifest.
There's different ways to manifest. How was you manifesting this? Like how you look back now and see how you was preparing yourself for this moment?
So how I was preparing myself is because first things first, I was patient because I like really, really wanted to do something. And I even started up the book that I, wanted to tell my story, and it didn't fall through. I was uninterested because I know that wasn't what I was supposed to do. So it kind of just, and I believe in signs. I take signs. If something's not going to work, I'm not going to force it. And then here we are years later, and I'm doing it the right way, the way that it was supposed to be done from the beginning.
All right. So, she told us how it happened for her. How it happened for you, Shauna?
I just went through something spiritually, honestly. Like I got to a point where I felt like I was kind of lost. So I started doing some soul searching. And
Right.
I was just kind of in a rough spot. So I, like she was doing, I was manifesting. I was just kind of like spirit, show me my passion. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And then mental health kind of dawned on me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yes.
okay, you done been through a lot.
Right.
So I'm sure a lot of people can relate to you. And then it's like, I'm in the military, I'm a mom. Like, a lot of people can relate to me in different aspects. I was like, well, maybe I can just help somebody by doing a podcast because
Mm.
we can be a voice for people who scared to say what they need to say, or just basically kind of putting stuff out there when it's like, they thinking it, but they don't want to say it. So we
Right.
gonna say it.
And that's another thing when Shauna was like, just being a voice for those. So, and just pretty much like here to just use, I know for me, we come in like the raw, the uncut, the unfiltered, like the raw. And so just me like sharing personal experiences that I'm gonna open up about slowly as the shows progress or whatever. And I think that I will be able to help someone who's probably going through the same things in those areas
Most definitely.
once I share my growth stories.
Right. So it seemed like we're not gonna put you in a box. I put myself in a box, make it an inspirational / cultural podcast, but that's okay. I want to do inspiration. So what exactly are you aiming for? I know what you just said, but I'm gonna just tell you this with so much to give people. If they ask you what type of podcast you are, just say we got a podcast. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in. You gotta hear what we
I
got to
mean,
say. You gotta hear what we got to say.
In
Right?
my opinion, like I kind of feel like it's a podcast that is just individual from all the others, like
Right.
just different in its own way. The brainstorming that went into it, the whole process, like you should have seen this week alone, pounding the pavement to get to where we
get
are
work
now,
in.
just to release like, oh, we're gonna drop our first episode. Like
So how many? So
I
you
just
tell.
really think like,
So y'all
oh, go
already
ahead.
got topics written now, correct?
Yes.
Funny,
Like
funny. You can't see it,
how many?
but I got a glass board over here, right? It's a glass board to my left. When I did my first season, because I do mine in seasons, take a break in between. So each season is 14 episodes. We in season 2. This is episode 8 or 9. I can't even remember. But first season I did 14 episodes. I had a name for all of them. So I knew what I was going to talk about, even with a guest coming on. Season 2, we had to switch it up. We got video, but season 2 is about entrepreneurship, expressing yourself. And that's why it was important, especially since we went to school together. We all had different walks at Dillon High School, but we from Dillon
Right.
County. People, we from Dillon County. They don't understand.
Yes.
They don't.
Okay.
843 in the building.
Yes.
They don't
Put it out
understand.
there.
So
It was rough.
Follow Dylan.
I love Dillon.
It was rough.
I don't go
Me
that.
too.
I don't go
Dylan, listen, Dylan, I
Because some
don't
of the
know.
most down to earth people.
right.
I'd be proud to say a small little town. You know where top of the water at, Dylan? That's me.
And
Yeah.
you live in Charlotte, right? So we say the same thing to people.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you probably pass by it going to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what are some questions? What are some worries you may have? I know that you've been guided by the spirits, but that's one thing. What is a fear that you have going into this? Like something that probably will worry you in the beginning.
Me personally,
Oh, go ahead.
I don't have any. Like I feel really, really good about it. Like,
Same. At
and
first, so I would say in the beginning, before I even talked to Fatty about doing a podcast, I think, or before I even started up doing anything, I was just kind of like, who in the hell want to listen to me? Just talk and ramble about what's going on in life.
and I told you, well, you need somebody to talk back to you.
Right.
I
And
told
then
you
that's
that.
how it
Okay.
came. Yeah, that's how it came.
So
He was
let's
like,
say,
well, why we ain't doing no podcast?
so time out. Let's say one of you guys is busy, right? Let's say you tell your fans we got an episode come out every Tuesday, and for some reason you couldn't record. One of you guys was tied up. Are y'all able to sit in front of that camera by yourself and do it?
So the way that our podcast, the behind the scenes is mapped out. When I tell you it's mapped out. So even if it came to the day of the recording and Shauna or myself said that we can't do it, it's fully like mapped out, outlined. We both share like the same documents. We got our shit together. So she would be able to run the show comfortably
And
without me and vice versa.
Yeah, it's
and
a lot of details.
that's what I look for, you know what I'm saying? I had to do mine by myself plenty of weeks. That first episode I told you about, I did it by myself. So when I tell you over 2,000 people listen, that meant a lot to me because when I graduated Dillon, I deleted Facebook. There was a reason why. There was a reason why I ain't really want. When I came to Charlotte, I just wanted to embrace everything for what it was. So when I came up here, and then
That's dope.
I've been out here for 7 years. It's been a long time.
Not the same.
So you came up here like maybe a couple months before I did, because I came up here when I was no. I've been out here for 8 years. This will be my 9th year because I came here when I was 18. But like I said, I started doing it by myself. I originally started with a friend, but he wasn't too consistent, and he probably gonna watch this. He'll get over it, but he wasn't too consistent. So then we was doing the sport.
Look, let me see.
Look. Me and him already talked about it though, because we still friends, and he still tune in every week. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to We the Champs. You know, whenever you need me back up there, I'll be back. Just let me know when you need. So I started doing a podcast by myself, and I had guests. You know, y'all are the third and fourth Black females to be on the podcast. So I take a lot of pride in that. If you listen to previous episodes, I actually look for more female guests than male guests. It's easier to find men when you're a male, harder to find females.
So, and for us, it's vice versa because whenever we were brainstorming the episodes, I'm like, bro, we need boys. Like, where the men? Where the guys? Like, I'm tired. Like, it's already a lot of us. Let's bring in some different, some masculine opinions.
But I'm telling you that female fan base is very authentic, and once you get it, you know they're not going nowhere. But I think it's funny that I think it's easy to find males, but that's because I'm a male. I talk to people all day, every day. So this is the part where it get a little tricky. I want y'all to ask me some questions. Y'all are soon to be hosts. You might get a guest. You know, you want to ask some questions. But even though this is my platform, I want y'all to take advantage of it and ask me any question you want to ask me.
So what made you feel like inspiration was your thing? Like, what made you feel like, okay, I'm going to go into podcasting, but inspiration is going to be what I'm aiming for?
Basically, so how it went was, like I said, everybody ain't getting in the studio writing songs and rapping. So I said, what could I do to express myself? And then after he opened the door, just to go spiritual, he was an Aries, so he was a cardinal sign. They good at starting things. Virgos, which we all are, we're mutable signs. You know, that means we good. We're good at switching things up. And shout out to the fixed signs too. That's my Taurus people. But anyway, so
that's it.
No, I got a lot of good Taurus friends. Shout out to Tony Seven. He wrote my intro for my own podcast. But anyway, yeah, that's one of my close friends. He's a dope artist. Check him out. But anyway, when I was doing inspiration, I would always have conversation with people, and I felt like a therapist. For years, I felt like a therapist, and since I felt like a therapist, I knew that I could talk to people. So why not motivation? The reason why I can't do motivation is because I'm not the most animated person. I'm very monotone. I'm very me. You know what I'm saying? But in being
Yeah.
me and being monotone, I can still get people to listen. So after feeling like a therapist for my whole life, talking to my friends, trying to get them right. And you know how it go. I seen you, you know how it go. You be the therapist, don't nobody listen to your problems but you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you always
Listen, we are the
overpouring.
same. We are the same.
so after
Listen.
so after doing that for years and still doing it till this day, it's to the point now where I only know certain people are reaching out to me because they got a problem. And I'm okay with that now. I used to get upset, like, dang, you only talk to me when you need something, but
Right.
What are we here for? It's
Right.
listen, it might be your calling.
all right. So
Hey.
since y'all Virgos, do y'all know the Virgo mission statement?
Ooh,
Mission
mission
statement.
statement. You gonna call us that like that?
Right.
There is a Virgo.
Look,
Each sign
wait a
has.
And
minute.
I
Hold on.
It might not be
I'm gonna
there.
tell you.
You know the Virgo mission statement. It might not be online. It's I do something
Let's see.
that. So I'm gonna tell you what it is. I do something. I do blank. Therefore, I am. What is the blank? If you can do anything in this world, what is the Virgo's purpose in this world? It start with an S.
speak.
Uh-uh.
I don't
S-E.
know.
S-E.
Let's see. I
Seek.
see.
I serve, therefore I am.
Serve. That's it.
That's it.
Serve. That
Okay,
makes
so
so much
serve.
sense.
So in serving, when I first heard that about 3 years ago, I serve, therefore I am. I
Serve and
did
therefore I am.
it
I feel it.
basically me, kind of like you said when you was writing that book. I tried to write a book. I brought a nice notebook. I brought a nice pen. I gave it a
Mm-hmm.
nice title. Then I started writing, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it.
Listen, lane switch. Stay in your
Stay
lane.
tuned.
That wasn't
Yeah.
for you. Stay in your lane.
So I left it alone. So serving, people think serving is a bad thing. Pretty much meaning that whether it's your significant other, your mother, your family, your friends, if you're not serving a purpose, then you're not being yourself.
Oh my God,
So
you just gave me an episode idea.
yeah, take that. Definitely.
It's
Take that. We having fun. So I serve, therefore I am. We're gonna ask some more Virgo questions. Which chakra belongs to us?
The throat.
There you go, the throat chakra. Why is that so important?
Yeah.
Because
okay. So y'all are astrology geeks at this point.
look.
Let me
Yeah.
look. Let me do my research. Whenever we do the episode on this
Oh, we have an episode
astrology
about
and
Virgos.
yes,
I
so
got
We have an episode
I'll be
about
real up to
Virgos.
date. Then listen, I'm gonna be able to recite the mission statement.
So
Okay.
y'all got to invite me on for one of these episodes. I'll do it. But you just pick the one. You tell me the date.
Actually,
Virgo.
you're
It
a
was
Virgo.
a Virgo
It's
one.
called Virgo shit, and we were gonna ask you to be a part of that one.
Yeah, what y'all birthdays? Are y'all
So
August?
here we are live. You cannot tell us no because we are
Right.
I
live.
Because we're
just said
asking you.
yes. We're gonna do that because I'm saving for a favor.
Virgo shit. It
Let's
is
go.
lit.
We're gonna do that. So, what was I about to say? Yeah, I definitely do that anytime. I'm always open to do it. I actually want to be on more podcasts and open myself up to more. So,
Okay. And then it was another one I can't really think about. So y'all, and so his listeners, you guys can become our listeners, and we are giving you sneak tips of episode titles bit by bit if you are paying attention.
Yeah.
But it was one where we did not have enough males. It was like we need another male. Him,
just let me know. I'll participate.
Mo.
I'll participate any day. If I'm not busy, if I'm not at work, just let me know. We'll make it happen. Because I normally,
I'm down.
because I was going to release
A bit.
part two to an episode, but I'm actually working. One of my friends play basketball in Argentina, so I told him to send me his highlights. So I'm gonna postpone it the next week. So this is going up Thursday. That means 2 days from now, this will be up. So we didn't get,
Woo!
so we didn't get to you, Fatty. What question would you have for me?
One second. I am having. Okay, so I know y'all can see me, but I can't see y'all.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I can see you.
So I forget what. Oh, okay. My question to you was like, what was your biggest struggle? Like, and was it ever a moment where you just wanted to be like, all right, this shit not it. It's not worth it. But I don't know if that's a like contradiction in itself, considering the fact that you said your first show did have 2,000 listeners. So
It didn't matter. I'm gonna tell you why that didn't matter, because my first one had over 2,000. My seventh one had like 50. That's when I was like, do I want to do this? Because I received criticism from an episode, and I was like, you know what? This might not be for me. I was upset. Of course, I'm spoiled. I'm my only child. So, so like I said, sometimes my mother will offer the most honest, brutal criticism. And then she told me, I'm criticizing you, but you can't quit. Then I said,
that's dope.
I picked
Right.
my.
That's
That's
dope.
love. That is
That's dope
love.
and that's deep.
She said, I'm criticizing you, you can't quit. Then I started realizing that this podcast was an extension of her. She raised me. So every time she tuned
Ooh.
in, she,
Shout out to
yeah,
mom.
yeah, so every time she tuned in, she looking at her creation. So she's like, "Oh, he got to have his hair cut. He got to talk proper. He got to do everything." And that's when I told her, like, I'm gonna mess up sometimes, but for the most part, I'm gonna stay on track. So like for me, it's gonna be hit or miss. Some days people gonna tune in. Some days you're gonna get that person that be like, I'm 3 episodes behind. You already know that person that gonna keep up. But I think I heard something before, like in the initial beginning, your family, friends, they gonna support you, but it's kind of like headlights. If you standing right in front of
Yeah.
the headlight, you can't see. That's your family and friends. The light, the people who can see is further back. Those are the strangers. So it's gonna be weird. You're gonna have strangers reaching out to you. Oh my God, you you did this, or that for me. All I can say is anybody who tune in, make sure you tell people to subscribe because they will watch every single week and not subscribe. If you post on YouTube, make sure you ask people to like. That's the only way the algorithm is going to share your stuff.
Mm.
So I did a lot of research, and y'all should do the same thing. Whatever y'all post to, look up which days people are more active on the app. That's when you're going to get the best out of it.
Remember, I told you to get that app today. I
Yeah,
was like,
to
get this
get
app.
that
It
out
tell
today.
you when
You
people are
did.
active.
So when I looked at YouTube, and I tell you now for YouTube, I post that every Thursday at 12 p.m. because people are more active on YouTube every Thursday and Friday. But YouTube can be tricky. So yeah, I'm definitely, you know, ready to hear y'all first episode. See it too.
I'm excited.
If y'all do Zoom. So what
We
can
got a lot in store, man.
so
We do.
what else can my fans, my listeners, my supporters expect from y'all? Because I really want y'all to highlight what y'all doing because it remind me of myself in 2019. I was like, when I'm gonna put it out. You talked about manifestation. I did an episode about that. I did an episode called Alone versus Lonely because people don't know whether they're lonely or alone. I did
Mm-hmm.
I did an episode on spirituality.
Listen.
I did a lot of
So I want to do maybe see, and I'm telling you, like when I be thinking of stuff, I have to say it right in and there. Maybe we should do a remix of that. Alone
True.
versus.
And then have him
Yes,
yeah.
let's do a remix of
Come
that.
and preach to
Like we should
us.
panel that. No, we should panel it. Like we should definitely panel that.
yeah, that's a dope concept. The episode that people like the most recently is called the water bottle theory.
The
And
word about theory.
the water bottle theory is if you ever look around your house or you see somebody who got you ever open a bottle of water, you know, and drunk out of it, closed it, then opened another one and didn't finish the one before.
Listen,
That's
I can't do that, but I know people that do.
So basically, the theory was that the same way you just keep opening things and leaving it, that's what you do in your life. So, so I was a,
Mm.
I
Well,
was a,
then read me then.
I
Read
was a,
me.
I was a person who couldn't finish my water. I would just keep opening bottles. So I was walking around the house one day, and it's gonna happen to you. You're gonna be walking around, and you, I got an idea, and I came with that idea, and that's probably one of my favorite episodes. But I think I got 40 episodes now, so I've been doing it for a while.
That's dope.
Um, so I did an episode called "Feeling Like You're Enough." Then we then jumping off the porch. Episode 5 was mental health. Um,
That's what I'm talking about. Get into it.
I did an
Take that
episode.
stigma away.
I did an episode called "Knowing When to Let Go." People don't know how to let go. I did an episode called "Doing the Next Right Thing." That was how we highlighted 2020. I did an episode with a real estate agent. What I'm telling you is basically whatever you want to do with your platform, do it. It's y'all too. Definitely brainstorm. Keep it
Yeah.
between y'all two. Because the worst thing I
Yes.
did was try to listen to other people. So keep it between y'all two.
Listen, I was really, really good this time when it comes to like discreet. When I tell you like
Mm-hmm.
nobody knew about this until it came together, and
Right.
when they found out about it was when it released tonight. So yeah,
That's dope.
and I'm big at that too. Like you don't speak about your blessings before they come to realization. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't tell nobody. I was like, I don't want nobody to know that it's my best friend. He only knew because I have been speaking to him about podcasting in general. But I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want nobody to know. I'm starting over, but I don't want nobody to know.
So all right, everybody. I know y'all tuned in, and we're gonna end right here. I'm gonna talk to y'all off camera, well, off recording, because my time about up by 40 minutes. So any last words that you ladies want to leave tonight?
We are just like you as in the listeners. Like, we are all alike, I promise. More alike than you would think, especially when it comes to these episodes we're going to drop, because it's solely to help you. We had pure intentions the whole way. Our heart was in it the whole way. So I can't wait.
Heart, mind. So like I'm telling you, like each episode you're gonna get something from it, whether it's a movement in your spirit or your soul being filled or just a good laugh because you having a shitty day. Like who knows? You're gonna get something out of it. Trust me. Like we've experienced a lot, so we got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
All right, ladies. So we're gonna talk off camera or off recording. And as always, thank everybody for tuning in. This is Give 'em More Podcast. I hope you have a blessed day.
Bye.